Blake Shelton's answer to "Where's your girl?" is actually perfect. Babe alert. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Voice Official 24. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Blake Shelton, a well-liked country crooner and member of the voice coaching staff for a significant amount of time, has always been recognized for his quick wit and lively humor. Shelton is rarely at a loss for words, whether he is engaging in a verbal battle with other coaches or attempting to win over the hearts of the American people with his charismatic and approachable attitude. Fans were left in a state of simultaneous fawning and laughter after he recently responded spontaneously to a query that appeared to be of no consequence. The inquiry was, "Where's your girl?" How did he react? A proclamation that is both provocative and self-assured. Babe alert. This statement, which is straightforward yet packed with layers of humor and charm, has since gone viral, and it exemplifies Blake's seamless ability to convert any ordinary event into something that is pure gold. With that being said, how did this now famous remark come to be? And what does it indicate about Blake, his relationship with Gwen Stefani, and his larger-than-life persona? A moment that will live long in the memory. During an interview on the red carpet at a music awards show, everything started to happen. The evening was spent by Blake alone because his wife, Gwen Stefani, who also competed on The Voice, was occupied with other obligations. Blake was the only one in the house. The journalists, who were constantly looking for a soundbite, did not waste any time in inquiring about her disappearance. With a playful tone, one reporter asked Blake, "Where is your girl tonight?" Blake leaned into the microphone without losing a beat, his characteristic grin growing across his face as he looked into the microphone. He yelled, "Babe alert," while pointing with mock seriousness as if to warn everyone of the presence of Gwen in a figurative sense. Everyone in the audience burst out laughing, and even the reporter couldn't help but be amused by the situation. In a manner that is characteristic of Blake, he did not stop there. He continued by pointing to his heart with an exaggerated flair and said, "Look, just because she's not physically here doesn't mean that she's not everywhere. You all had better keep a close check on Gwen Stefani because she is comparable to a superhero. Any moment now, she might make her appearance. Why it is viable." Blake's response is more than just a clever comment. It is a demonstration of his love for Gwen and his personality that is larger than life. The phrase "babe alert" not only depicts the light-hearted nature of their connection, but it also serves as a tongue-in-cheek reference to the significance that Gwen holds for him. Although it is not the first time that Blake has expressed his feelings about his wife in public, this particular instance stood out due to the fact that it was spontaneous and authentically Blake. His statement was met with immediate appreciation from his followers on social media. According to a tweet from a user, "Blake Shelton is the king of red carpet answers." An additional individual made the following observation: "Who needs a Hallmark card when Blake Shelton is out here writing the perfect one-liners for Gwen?" Memes have also been created on the basis of the phrase, with admirers superimposing the text "Babe alert" on photographs of Gwen from her music videos and fashion projects. In a humorous manner, some people have begun using it as their new relationship slogan, and they have been posting about their significant others on it. The dynamic between Shelton and Stefani. Additionally, Blake's remark brings to light the dynamic that has contributed to the fact that he and Gwen are one of the most adored couples in Hollywood. Blake with his cowboy hats and country roots, and Gwen with her punk rock roots and gorgeous dress sense, have always been in sync with one another, despite the fact that their worlds give the impression of being very different from one another. Beginning in 2015, when they were both coaches on The Voice, they developed a relationship with one another, to the pleasure of fans who couldn't get enough of their chemistry, both on and off the screen. What began as a friendship eventually developed into a romantic relationship between the two of them. Over the course of their relationship, the couple has garnered a reputation for their unending teasing, emotional shows of affection, and mutual support for one another. The babe alert moment that Blake had is just one more illustration of how he manages to keep the spark alive, even while he is in the public glare. Blake is the only person who could pull off this humorous reminder of how much he adores Gwen, and it is delivered in a way that only Blake could. The reason that Babe Alert is so successful is because it is a classic Blake style. It is humorous, slightly exaggerated, and irresistibly charming. This is the kind of remark that comes off as genuine and not rehearsed, which is why it struck such a chord with listeners on such a profound level. In addition to its humorous connotations, the term also conveys a more profound meaning. Blake quietly reminded everyone of how extremely important Gwen is to him by refocusing the limelight on her, even when she was absent from the scene. It is the epitome of hilarity and honesty, encapsulated in a catchphrase that is just composed of 2 words. What Gwen had to say. After Gwen had finally learned about Blake's Babe Alert moment, she was unable to contain her excitement and decided to join in on the fun. While she was on Instagram, she uploaded a picture of herself wearing a stunning costume and accompanied it with the phrase, "Babe worn. Please accept my apologies." The comment section was swamped with heart emojis and laughs from fans, who praised the couple for their humorous dynamic through their comments. A fan responded, "Couple goals," in response. Another person chimed in and said, "You two are the best thing that has ever happened to Hollywood." Later on, during an interview, Gwen made a jest about the possibility that she could have to utilize the phrase for her own purposes. When I think about it, how can I compete with that? There is Blake out there, coming up with catchphrases that I will most likely see printed on a t-shirt the following week. A phrase that will last for all time. In spite of the fact that it is impossible to forecast how long the Babe Alert trend will continue, it is quite evident that Blake has once again struck gold. At this point, the word has already established itself as an integral component of Blake's legacy, regardless of whether it becomes a recurrent joke in his interviews or a hashtag that fans use to celebrate their own personal relationships. According to Blake, however, it is merely an additional option for him to have fun while remaining loyal to who he is. During a subsequent interview, he elaborated on his statement by saying, "Look, I just say what comes to mind. It would be wonderful if folks enjoyed it. Then again, if they don't, the fact that I still find it humorous. What you should take away." It is possible that Blake Shelton's response to the question, "Where's your girl?" began as a joke, but it has since evolved into something much more than that. This demonstrates his wit, his affection for Gwen, and his ability to transform even the most mundane of situations into something that will be remembered for a long time. The honesty of Blake and Gwen's connection shows through in a world where celebrity relationships frequently appear to be either too polished or staged. This is just one more example of how they keep things real, which is why their fans can't get enough of them. Babe Alert is just the newest example. When someone asks you about your significant other in the future, you should take a page out of Blake's book and respond accordingly. Put aside the platitudes that are commonly used and tap into your inner country superstar. Who will know? You could very well come up with your very own slogan that goes viral. There is one thing that can be said with absolute certainty until then. Whenever it comes to Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, it is always a Babe Alert.